You're watching the Eternal Tournament Series.
And we are back. I am Rhino. I'm still in the booth somehow. I snuck in and they haven't found a way to get rid of me. And joining me for this winner's bracket round 3, which is round 6 overall of the Invitational, is Mark, Chibikawaii. How are we doing?
Pretty good. If you snuck in, how did I get here?
I don't know. we'll leave that for post game.
Just fell through the skylight.
Yeah, some things just happen that are beyond explanation. So, yeah, we are back to the winner's bracket. These players are playing not for elimination, although they certainly still want to win, because a win here guarantees a top 8 placement.
Yes.
The people winning this round get to go into, they will be guaranteed to be one of the last 8 players standing, and they'll get to stay in the winner's bracket, which is a nice advantage to have, especially if you go all the way to the finals with. So still plenty on the line here, but again, anybody that loses here doesn't get kicked out of the tournament. They just get demoted to the alternative winners bracket, aka bracket. So we've got a good matchup here. Some tournament stalwarts on some classic decks. That seems to be the theme of the tournament so far.
Yeah, we've got aReNGee on Rakano Plate and Sunnyvale on Stonescar Burn. And looking through, I'm not seeing anything that's completely blowing my mind in aReNGee's list. We have the 4 Oni Ronins. We do have the 4 Silverwing Familiars in here. Only 3 Valkyrie Enforcers, which I know some list. Righteous Fury is interesting.
Yeah, double Righteous Fury.
Yeah.
This spicy number in aReNGee's deck can certainly help in racing scenarios where you don't find Silverwing Familiar and want to give something else double damage. Works really well on your quick draw units and other flyers. So pretty sweet stuff there. And then on Sunnyvale's side, kind of an older school version of Bandit Queen. We've still got the classic 4 rapid shots in here. Some Cabal counters as well, which function real nice normally against the time-heavy metagame we've been seeing. Not so much against Rakano.
And 4 rapid shots.
Yeah.
And 3 Soulfire Drakes.
Yeah, so this was a deck that was clearly ready for the time-based mid-range decks, like Cabal counts as rapid shot, great there, but again, not so enthused about them against Rakano, and we'll have to see how that ends up working out. I do like his sideboard, though, 4 Suffocate, some Statuary Maidens, Lethrai Falchion, certainly aware of the aggressive mirrors and matchups and ready to transform into a bigger deck with some life gain afterwards. So may have to dip into that for this.
Yeah, and I mean, I think what Sunnyvale's going to have to do in this matchup with those rapid shots is just treat them as effective burn spells. I think that's probably going to be end up being the best use for them here.
Yeah, that's generally what they are anyway. But here especially, they will be going.
You get fun with combat tricks, I guess is what I'm saying, which I don't necessarily see that happening as much because I don't see a lot of blocking actually happening in this matchup. At least not in the first couple turns.
Yeah, notably, aReNGee's spell / combat suite is just 3 Finest Hour, 1 Protect, just the 1 Protect main for Torch. So Sunnyvale finds Torches and Annihilates of their own. Like, they'll be able to reliably kill some. But we're giving the players the go-ahead, and we're going to jump in here. We'll be casting from aReNGee's perspective, but we will have the hand cam available from Sunnyvale. They'll be slightly not synced up. There's a better word for that, but
desynced.
Desynced. That's it. But that's okay. We'll still be able to watch both players' hand in most of the act.
Did aReNGee mulligan? I swear there was an oath book. Was that mulliganed?
Well, it's back in the hand now as an oath book shows up, but can't cast anything. I did not see if aReNGee did mulligan or not, but we've got a lone Oni Ronin from Sunnyvale against nothing from aReNGee, and Sunnyvale kind of has just a lot of power in hand, so it's just hoping to find some action.
Yeah, but aReNGee not doing very much here. This Oni Ronin's gonna get a whole bunch of war cries sitting on the top of whatever Sunnyvale's got on their deck.
Ooh,
that's a Bandit Queen.
The answer is Bandit Queen, and now aReNGee is far behind. It hasn't found a Justice Source yet, but can cast this Torch, but Bandit Queen's out of range of it. So the 5/4 will remain for now, but there is the Justice Source, and I think we're going to see a Vanguard.
Seems completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Other option, right, would have been potentially play Champion of Glory or Tinker Overseer, and then next turn Paladin Oathbook.
Yep, so Sunnyvale draws
But-
undepleted power off the top and proceeds to play one of my favorite premium cards in the game. That shiny Magma Hound's a beauty, but gets answered by Vanquish.
That is a very, very pretty premium. I will join you in that. I don't know if it's going to be my favorite, but that is absolutely gorgeous.
It's I'm just saying it's up there in rankings. It's underrated.
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
see it much. But
And I really like playing the Tinker Overseer, especially since that 4th power was drawn, because both Oath Books are going to be able to be played next turn, which is going to immediately pump the Overseer to a 4/4, plus the 2 triggers when it attacks. So it's going to be attacking as a 6/6 next turn.
that's if you plan on attacking with it, which is the argument
fair
to play
point.
Champion of Glory instead, is that when you do attack with it, it gets buffed up, and then you can still use it as a blocker. Of
Yes.
course, Sunnyvale is going to use Rapid Shot, as you said, in burn face mode, and that puts Olunga squarely at 6 health, which is what Obliterate is.
And funny enough, Sunnyvale has set Obliterate in hand. So
Yeah.
I don't know what Olunga can do here. I don't think really anything, but we'll
Yeah.
find out. Who knows?
The answer would have been like draw the 1 of Protect. Not what happens
Yeah.
here. Instead, we get a 4/4 Tinker Overseer, and an Obliterate gets pointed at Olunga's face. And that is game 1.
Well, I for whatever reason, I was really thinking we were going to run to time in this matchup, but I guess my prediction was wrong.
Hey, we still got at least 1, maybe 2 games left. And post sideboard, sometimes the aggro mirrors the aggro v aggro matchups can slow down quite a bit. So let's talk about the sideboards here. As we alluded to Sunnyvale having some interesting anti-aggro tech, especially because the main deck was pretty soft to it, even though it won that game.
Yeah, and I mean, and Olunga's got some interesting, maybe interesting is the wrong word, but definitely has a couple good things to bring in sideboard wise as well. I really like the Sword of Ikaria from Olunga coming in. It answers so many of Sunnyvale's threats, and just I think what should be a strict upgrade over some of the cards. I think the Protects are pretty good to come in, and then on Sunnyvale's side, yeah, the Falchions looking pretty good. Statutory Maiden seems great too. Suffocates seem great. Statutory Maiden probably being my least favorite out of those, but I like the Suffocates and the Falchions.
Yeah, it depends on if Sunnyvale wants to commit to being like still trying to just stay aggressive with the Queen Rapid Shot plan. But we were talking about how we expect Rapid Shot Countess to come out in this matchup.
Yeah.
And then maybe it's just a straight trade there for Suffocate, Letharite Falchion. But again, he could opt to go bigger, try and block. But we'll find out what happens as looks like players are in standby. The challenge is out, and we're about to get back into the action. While trying to be defensive could be a good idea, the only reason I'd be hesitant to do that plan is that simply blocking Rhino is not a good strategy.
Yeah, I was about to say
I
break through. Feel like being proactive is just going to be the better strategy here, but who knows? Who knows?
Yep. So Rakano Outlaw gets deployed by Olunga, which gets met by the Suffocates that we expected to see. It gets followed up by a Champion of Glory here.
And we do get to see the Sword of Ikaria is coming in.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to do some work here as Torch clears the board. And now Olunga, if he so chooses, can start to get war cries off a Sword of Ikaria on an empty board. Could just double up on Champion of Glory instead.
I like getting the sword out just to get that war cry, but I can definitely respect playing the other Champion of Glory.
Sunnyvale is stuck on 2, deploys a lowly 2/2 here, and that's going to get torched. Now the sword's going to come out, and Sunnyvale is going to take 9. This game looks over already.
It's going to be difficult for Sunnyvale to come back. I don't think it's impossible, but now it might be impossible.
Notably here, we do see the Groundbreaker, but we also see that the Ball Countess was kept in by Sunnyvale. I'm a little surprised that came in here.
Yeah.
Or stayed in.
And Groundbreaker's interesting as well.
I actually kind of like it. It's hard to cast, but that enemy may not gain life is really big if your
Okay.
opponent's on
Yeah.
Bird with a weapon or Righteous Fury plan. That Groundbreaker shutting down
Okay.
that life gain when you're in a racing mode is huge.
I always forget about, that little part of Groundbreaker, and always just like, oh, spark double damage. It's a 3-6. It's great. They can't gain life. It might be more relevant and probably should be the thing I remember.
Yeah. That is why the Groundbreaker came in, and I like that line of reasoning from Sunnyvale for the Groundbreaker. Right, your opponent not only is playing for Silverwing Familiar, but also double Righteous. So that's even more life still you need to worry about. But anyways, those were some quick ones, and we're gonna have a game 3 here, as players might do a little bit of sideboard adjustment, but expect this.
I would say we might be able to get a backup match.
That's not out of the realms of possibility.
Could be wrong.
Sure, some people in the background are figuring that out. We'll see how long this third game takes, as we are underway resolving mulligans now. Sunnyvale keeps a hand with some nice plays, but Alunga, okay, has a Crown Watch Paladin on turn 2.
Which might do some work. I mean, it plays around the Vara's favor.
Yep, it dodges Vara's favor, so that is certainly a nice feature.
All right, Hammer of Might.
Yeah, so Sword of Ikaria, clear the way. Hammer of Might on this 2-1. That sounds like a good plan to me. And
so get a Warcry in there still. Yeah,
that's 2 Warcries on top of the deck. And we'll see how Sunnyvale responds. Has that Vara's favor, will probably pop Aegis and set up a good play for next turn. Ooh, Oniron, not a bad.
Ooh, there's a Silverwing Familiar. However, we do see the Groundbreaker already in hand for Sunnyvale. Sunnyvale going to be able to cast it if they want to get rid of their monument.
Yep, and that might be what they have to do if they don't find another fire source. But in the meantime, I think an Impending Doom will come down first. Yep, there it is. And even though Groundbreaker can shut the life gain off of this bird, it's still going to gain 6 here and still be a 6/6 and still have all those 3 Warcries on the top of the deck. So this is still a great line from Alunga. Sunnyvale's certainly behind right now.
Yeah, so we'll see. All right, so we're just gonna see a slugfest.
6/6 double damage, except it's a 3/6. There we go.
Right.
And we know Sunnyvale still has that Granite Monument in hand too, so he's got some big swings here. Alunga does not find whatever got Warcry 3, and that's a big deal here, as he'll just drop Sunnyvale down to 9 and not gain 6 life.
And is there an easy way for Alunga to answer this Groundbreaker? Oh my goodness!
7 double damage life steal.
Well,
that is a gain of 14 when that comes in.
Yeah, that's a thing that just happened that might have just sealed up the game, unless Alunga finds finds a Vanquish, and debatable as to whether or not those are actually still in, or how many of them are still
in. Sunnyvale, I know I'm swinging with the Groundbreaker for sure. I'm swinging with the Impending Doom for Sword. The question is, do I A space? And I love the A space.
Yeah, I'm 100% behind this.
Yep.
Because worst case, you're getting a Warcry. Yeah.
And boom, Groundbreaker. 14. That's a 28-point life swing. And Alunga just finds another power off the top. And I guess this kind of was a quick one. Although, it's not quite over yet.
Not over yet.
Sunnyvale's just about to gain, 14 more life.
We can double block here, right?
Yeah. So in comes the Groundbreaker again. A 3/3 will get thrown in front of it, I imagine. And Alunga just hoping and praying for a Vanquish.
Yeah.
Sunnyvale still has that Magma Hound lurking in hand, waiting to be thrown into the ring. But for now, just Groundbreaker taking over the game.
Yeah, I mean, like the 5/4 Oni Ronin is nice, but not going to do a whole lot. I still wonder if you were supposed to double block last turn. Like, I know that it takes you off of your units, but even if you were to draw Vanquish at that point, you still get to enter that. It still at least buys you a couple turns, whereas this is just like putting you so far out.
I think the only way you win this game is if this burn lives. But yeah, you have a good point there. It's like, are you banking on drawing another Silverwing Familiar or a Vanquish here? Lunga was taking the lineup. I hope I draw a Vanquish. That's not what happens. Instead, finds a Seat of Glory and not looking good for a long.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be the end here. All right.
Yep, scoops it up. Groundbreaker. And they said set 2 has no impact on that. There we go. Completely taking over that game. That was filthy.
That was. I mean, all of those games had some pretty big play. They were exciting, even though they were short.
Yeah, they were just these
I appreciate it.
They were these huge swings that were basically impossible to come back from. But traditionally, in the Stone Scar versus Rhino matchup, if Rhino has a 6/6 flying Aegis lifesteal in play for 5-6 turns, how many turns was that? They run away with the game, and that was not the case there.
It was five turns, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, so that's just like that's unheard of. So that's the kind of impact we were expecting Groundbreaker to make in certain games, where not only the double damage, but the game life doing a lot of work. So we're lining up a backup match right now. Looks like we're going to have a Big Combre versus Big Combre showdown. Hi there. And Angry Chicken are both in the winner's bracket as well, both the 2-0. So they're duking it out right now, and we're working on getting that up displayed. Currently, Hythar leads 1-0, but it looks like Angry Chicken's pretty far ahead.
I don't know. I think you could make some good blocks here, and it'd be fine. Yeah, this is all right. Hythar's totally got an out.
Oh yeah, Combre always has an out. That is the rule of Combre. Is there's always an out. The problem is Angry Chicken also has 7 more cards.
Yes, we're going down to 5.
Looks like 9. Opposite double.
Oh, 9?
Oh nope, there it
5.
is.
Okay.
That one sneaky owl, one of the last hit in.
Harsh Rule would have done something.
Yep.
But that's about it. All right. Well, now we get to go to game 3. All tied up 1-1.
Game 3. I don't have the exact list in front of me as far as the graphic goes, but I imagine Angry Chicken, generally, I think against other Combre matchups, he tries to go big as well, but brings in the stand-togethers and the Vodacom, stuff like that.
Yeah, both players having the Voto combo in their boards. Angry Chicken a little bit more devoted to it. Angry Chicken also all 4 Harsh Rules in the board. Hythar only 2. Oh, actually, because Hythar does not have any of the voice of the speakers. They do have 2 Awakened students in the board. Also 2 Spirit Guides. I guess for the more aggressive matchups. I'm trying to see what would you bring in Stand Together here?
Yeah,
if you're Hythar.
Yeah, I like Stand Together on both ends of this. Because like both players are basically going to have Harsh Rule, so then you both want Stand Together. But it looks like Stand Together.
Angry Chicken does not have Stand Together.
Okay.
Oh no, excuse me. They have 2 in the board. I missed them. Sorry, that's completely my mistake. Hythar's got 3 in their board. Angry Chicken's only got 2.
Yeah, Hythar's the one of Stand Together main, and then 3 in this side. But maybe none of them come in. Maybe just let your board reset and you just try and maximize on threats instead.
Yeah, I'm looking. They're both running for Great Parliaments. I'm trying to see where some of them, if there are any bigger differences there. Hythar only has 2 Martial Iron Thorns in the main and none in the board. Yeah, none on the board. Hythar playing 2 Scorpion Wasps, which seem pretty good in the matchup. All right.
Yeah. Scorpion Wasp is okay in that it, blocks and kills things, but the problem is it doesn't proactively take out things like Vodacon.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's the big problem with Scorpion. All right,
and you're relying on them to actually attack with their Mystic Ascendants or their Martial Iron Thorns in order to actually
Let's hop on in, observe Angry Chicken, get Dream going there. And we have Hythar up. Perfect. Okay.
All right, Hythar leading with a Diplo Seal.
Oh, Hythar is prime. Okay, so Angry Chicken is the hand. Cool. This is a little odd of a setup, but we'll go with it.
Yep. All right, so Temple Scribe coming down for Hythar. Gonna see the Protect in hand, so the Protect Valkyrie Enforcer, and we do have the Mystic Ascendant there. We're 1 power short from it. However, the Harshful will actually be able to cast. Angry Chicken do not have their hand up in front of me. Rhino, it sounds like you might have been spectating Angry Chicken's
game.
Yeah,
I jumped in just to get some info on Angry Chicken's hand for now. But he's sitting on a Sandstorm Titan, a pair of Sandstorm Titans, only 1 power. The voice of the speaker came in, a Valkyrie Enforcer, Vanquish, and Vodacon. So it's just some mid-range good stuff and Vodacon on the top end. But probably not going to play anything here and give control of the board to Hythar, who plays with great Parliament. All right, so, yep. Great Parliament out from Hythar, which gets a Sandstorm Titan out from Angry Chicken, which then gets silenced by Valkyrie Enforcer here, I would guess. Yep, okay. There it is. Yeah. Yep. So the silence comes out on the Sandstorm Titan, and the Owl gets in for 4. We'll see how Angry Chicken responds.
And we still have Protect up, and this is a decent-sized Air Force going. This is, what, a 3-turn clock right now?
Yeah, this is a quick clock for now. Of course, Combray's always got things going on, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, Vanquish tries to hit this Owl, and we'll see Protect for.
Yeah, which I think is completely reasonable if you can just get in, get that pressure on them, and force them to have some answers for it, especially when you have the Mystic Ascendant in hand that you're going to be able to cast next turn, assuming that you get a power off the top so you can actually get some value. This is a little unfortunate. The Owl is just going to get eaten.
Yep, that's what Combray does, right? Vanquish, but also gets to hold up Desert Marshal, takes down the Owl, tightens it up. Hythar awkwardly sitting on this harsh roll now. Doesn't want to pull the trigger on it just yet, though. Still has control of the skies. So going to make Angry Chicken put more on this board.
And sitting at 26 life. So it's Hythar's not under that much pressure right now.
Yeah, no pressure for Hythar right now. Looks like... Okay, we just lost Hythar's screen, but I am still observing in the from Angry Chicken's perspective, so I can give us a little bit of an update here while we work to get Hythar's cam back. Okay, looks like it is back. Okay, so what happened there was Angry Chicken played a voice of the speaker, then used Find the Way to get 2 depleted power and played 1. And now we're back to Hythar. It looks like we've got
debating whether or not to shoot off that harsh roll here. Goes ahead and does it.
Yeah, uses the harsh roll after hitting his opponent for 3. Yes, thinking that voice of the speaker was threatening in terms of a resource advantage, especially knowing his opponent had another copy of Find the Way.
Ooh, well, here we go.
Yeah,
we
got the pieces.
We are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really hoping.
Yeah, we'll see how Chicken responds. First plays a Temple Scribe, draws a card, gains a life. Yeah. Swinging in with Sandstorm Titan. I wonder if Angry Chicken has to stand together.
Or a harsh roll. I don't think I block here. I'm gonna put that out there.
I would go to 16. I think Hythar will ultimately end up doing that.
All right, I was like, or just like Nerves of Steel and just says, prove it.
Yeah, no. But Hythar takes a hit, and the Valkyrie Enforcer follows up and silences this missing. Whoa, Sandform tech. Talk about some spice.
Yeah.
Ooh, YOLO Vodo here. Voda here.
That
or do nothing.
I don't.
I think Vodacon make them have it.
All right.
It's a reasonable thing, and it looks like Hylar is going to do it as well.
I mean, they didn't have a Vanquish, or well, seemingly didn't have a Vanquish last turn. Again, I unfortunately don't have access to Angry Chicken's hand. So Rhino,
you
can
know
you
they at
confirm that
least
there's
have a stand together. And oh no, I'll leave it a mystery until we find out.
Oh no.
But
the daggers.
Yeah. The Angry Chicken draws for turn. And, uses Find.
All right, so Find the Way. Sandstorm Titan coming down.
Now we have our answer.
Oh
Destiny
boy.
Power.
Oh boy. Oh
I mean,
boy.
You're losing out on value on these Ascendants and Martial Ironthorns, but now you can gamble here. You could actually play an Ascendant or a Martial Ironthorn here.
Oof.
And just use your Sandstorm and see if the top card of your deck's a power. You can go off from that.
Wait, no, not yet. Okay, there we go. All right,
if you go Mystic Ascendant Sandstorm, you could just win the game, and I think that's what we're going to see Hylar do.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Oh
time sigil.
wow.
Desert Marshal. All right.
All
Desert
right.
Marshal's not bad, and Vanquish. All right, not a bad haul from a sandstorm.
Yeah. So do you go ahead and just fire off the Vanquisher? Or do you just hold back with Desert Marshal?
You know your opponent has Stand Together. You also have an 11/11 and a 6/6 in play, and they're at 14. Pressuring them's pretty good. It's not like you're holding up Protect or anything like that. So I think a Vanquish on a...
Yeah, I agree there, because you can also then swing in with the 11/11 without having to worry about it dying.
Yeah. You've taken the aggressive route. You're putting all your cards on the table. You're making Angry Chicken find the answers. I think using Vanquish here, as Hylar did, is lining up with the plan you've laid out so far.
I don't know how I feel about attacking with a 6/6. Like, I understand it.
It's silence.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It's it's just a 6. That's all it is. You just get to kill one of their units again when you know they could make that 5/6 into a 6.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's completely fair. Yeah.
So we'll see if Angry Chicken can find any answers on this turn, but it's got 2 things he needs to answer in both Mystic Ascendant and Vodacon. Valkyrie Enforcer, a very nice answer.
Yeah, that 11/11 now is 0/0.
Yep. Ooh, Hylar draws a Seraph and is conveniently at 11 power.
Ooh.
So yeah, Seraph comes down, spins the wheel, and gets a Sandstorm Titan.
Looks big. Oh, hey.
10-12, buddy. So Angry Chicken uses Stand Together and
Wow. Oh wow! So Hylar really needs a power off the top. Fantastic, because now they can go.
Oh god! Yeah. Martial Ironthorn, Mystic Ascendant, power, hold up Desert Marshal.
Draw 4, easy peasy lemon squeezy. What hand? Oh, you mean this hand?
Yeah, Hylar is going.
Are you getting in there with the? Are you getting in there with the 10/12?
Yeah, of course. That's what it lives for. It lives to kill.
It also means you get to swing with your other 10/10.
Yeah, I would just jam City. Maybe not swing with the Seraph. The 10/10 and the 10/12, I think, get in here. Again, you have so much on board. Your opponent essentially has to partial. And if that's their out, that means you just.
And no matter what, at least one of these giant units is living till the next turn. So.
Looks like we're getting double chumps here, maybe, from Angry Chicken. Yeah, and I think that means we'll see a Desert Marshal just silence the Mystic Ascendant.
However, we are going to be able to see, come next turn, a Martial Ironthorn activation.
Yeah, so Angry Chicken is in some trouble here. Again, basically Harsh Ruler bust, and that means if we're seeing a Mystic Ascendant, we're kind of on bust here.
Yeah. So this should be going to Hylar. I'm not quite sure what Angry Chicken's going to be able to do with 1 power.
Yep, but Hylar has that power, gets to play it out, go to 15, and we'll see the Martial Ironthorn activation. Yeah, just got to wait for all these cards to get drawn. then we'll see.
And then space.
Yep. So this game and match goes to Hythar. Angry Chicken will get sent down to the losers bracket, which we'll be covering next round, actually. So Hythar locks up a top 8 in the Invitational, stays in the winners bracket, and we'll see him play again tomorrow as we cover all of the top 8 matches. But first, we still got one more round to cover today, and that'll be losers bracket round 4, which, as I mentioned, Angry Chicken just got sent to. We're just waiting. It looks like one match is still outstanding. Jaffa and Moosh are still duking it out, so the winner of that will be the last person to lock up top 8. The other person, again, will be playing next round for their tournament lives. But, of course, before we get to that, got a little quick plug here. I know you love a good plug, don't you?
Oh, I got all kinds of plugs. I'll have to show you sometime.
All right, we'll save that for later. But for now, Patreon. Hey, if you love aReNGee Eternal or the ETS, or just are a kind person that wants to support the Eternal community, consider donating to the Patreon that the Eternal Tournament Series and aReNGee Eternal has. There's some awesome goals that we're trying to hit, and basically every dollar that gets put into the Patreon just goes back to the players and to the prize pool and just making the tournament series and aReNGee Eternals content better. So check out the Patreon, or you can subscribe to the Twitch channel, or even simply support by just following and hanging out and watching. We appreciate all of it. So yeah, check us out on Patreon. And of course, thank you so much for all those that already support us and for everybody watching right now. And with that being said, let's take a little break here and get ready for the next.
Excellent.